myself, Beach ASMR. Today we're gonna have another ASMR music theory video, and we're gonna look at texture, what it means in music, and some of the key types of texture that you might encourage. Now you might be wondering why I'm speaking softly, and that is because this is an ASMR video, so it's intended for relaxation as well as some music theory education. So like I said, today we're going to look at textures. Okay, texture. When we think of something physical, we might describe the texture as maybe smooth, or maybe something rough, or even soft or hard, woody. We might describe it with our food. It could be chewy. In music, when we talk about things in kind of that sense, we actually might mean timbre. When we would describe a sound, texture in the musical sense, we mean the layers of the music. So how many different things are going on, and also how they are interacting. So texture in music is the layers of the music. And also we talk about how they're interacting. Okay, so the layers of the music and how they're interacting. I'd like to get a setup where I can have like a keyboard out, but with this primarily also being an ASMR video, I'm still working on how we can do that in a really relaxing kind of way. But maybe that's something we can look at in the future. Okay, so there are 4 key types of texture that I want to show you today. Okay, and we're going to use a bit of etymology, which is kind of the study of words, so we can figure out what they mean. The first kind of texture that I want to talk to you about is monophonic. Monophonic. And without even telling you anything about it, I wonder if you can figure out what we might expect from something that is monophonic. We're going to split the word in 2 here. I know here that mono, often that means one, and whenever we talk about phonic, that essentially means a sound. So if you work in primary education, or if you've recently been in primary school, you would know that phonics is where you learn about the different sounds like a, b, k, s, p, f, t, th. Phonics is where you kind of teach what our sounds like and what they look like. So it's the basis of reading. But in this sense, it comes back to just the word sound. So phonic is sound, mono is one. So if something's monophonic, we have one thing happening, one line. Okay? And if I was to draw a visual representation, a graphic score of a monophonic line, it might maybe look something like this. We have just one thing going on. Maybe my melody goes down, then up, down, then up, then down, sharp up, and then down, and stays the same. We have just the one thing going on, just one thing. Okay? So that's monophonic. Our second key texture that I want us to look at is homophonic. Homophonic. Now we already know that phonic means sound, but homo means something different. So homophonic means we have the same sound. We have same sound. But we're going to change that a little bit. When it's homophonic, we have more than one line. So 2 or more lines. And really importantly, they are doing the same thing. Kind of. So if something is homophonic, we might represent that by 2 or more lines. We'll draw 3 lines here. I'll try and make them the same as I can, and there's a little bump, but imagine they're all totally straight. But what's happening here is I've actually got 3 different notes in this example. So they are the same rhythm, however, when it's homophonic, they are playing different pitches. So the same rhythm, different pitches. So, quick recap, we have monophonic, which from our etymology, which is the study of words, is one sound, and we have one line. Whereas homophonic, we have 2 or more lines, and they are playing the same rhythm, however, different pitches. Same rhythm, different pitches. Okay. I'm going to turn this around so we're still in frame. Check you can see that all right. Hang on. Mark the edge of the frame. Our third type of texture that we are going to look at is going to be polyphonic. So we already know that phonic means, that's right, sound. And then if something's poly, that means many or multiple. So polyphonic, we have multiple lines or multiple melodies, okay? Multiple lines or multiple melodies, alright? And I've got some different colours here that we're going to use to represent polyphonic. So maybe this could be my first line, and it's doing a zigzag like this. This could be my first kind of melody line. And then I might have another line doing another independent melody, and that might look like this. We might have some swirls. So we have a few different things going on top of each other. And even this straight away is polyphonic, but we're going to add a third, and we'll add a big sweeping wave as well. And that kind of speeds up here. So we have 1, 2, in this case 3 lines, all doing something different. A good example of this would be the song Heart and Soul on piano, we have dun 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 dun, but then also bum 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 bum, kind of things going on underneath. Everything's kind of mingling together, okay? Mingling together, and we have multiple things going on at once. Alright, so just as a quick recap, we have texture is the layers of the music. Monophonic is one line or one sound. If it is homophonic, that means we have two or more lines, but importantly they're the same rhythm, different pitches. If we are polyphonic, we have different rhythms and different pitches. So different rhythms and different pitches would be polyphonic, okay? Different rhythms, different pitches is polyphonic. The penultimate, I know I said 4, but I think I'm going to do 5 types of textures actually, is we have unison. And if we are unison, it just means the same, and it's the exact same. So we might have, we'll use our coloured pens again, one red line, and it might be playing a zigzag. Like that, it might be playing a melody. And on another instrument or voice or something like that, we are playing the exact same thing. So we have 2 or more instruments, 2 or more sounds, but they are doing the same rhythm and the same pitch. Okay, same rhythm, same pitch is unison. Now the 5th and the final texture that we're going to look at today is called melody and accompaniment. Okay, we have melody and accompaniment. Melody and accompaniment. It's one of those weird words to spell, isn't it? Melody and accompaniment. Okay? And this would be most songs that you hear nowadays, to be honest, where we have a main melody line that is the star of the show. So on top there is a clear main line that we know. It's the main line. Underneath the main line you could have different instruments that are separate, and they are underneath, they are not as prominent, and they are supporting the melody, doing their own thing. You know, you might have a vocalist in the main line, and then underneath you could have a piano playing chords, maybe a bass guitar as well, playing intermittently, or even some drums. And these accompaniments might overlap, but we have the melody and the accompaniment. Okay? So, there we have it. Here are our types of textures, just 5 textures. There are some more. We could talk about contrapuntal and octaves, among others, but today, and canon even, but today I just just wanted to talk to you about these 5 basic ones here, so let's recap. When I talk about texture in a musical sense, we are talking about the layers of the music. If it is a monophonic texture, that means we have, that's right, just one sound. Phonic, remember, means sound, so just one line. If it's homophonic, then we have the same rhythm but different pitches. The same rhythm but different pitches. Okay. On the other end, we have a polyphonic texture, and this is where we have multiple lines and they're all playing different rhythms and different pitches overlapping. There's not one discernible main sound. You would hear this a lot in minimalism as well. Minimalism, maybe like In C by Terry Riley, would be a really famous example of that. So In C by Terry Riley. When we have unison, that means the same rhythms and the same pitch but different instruments, showcased by my pink and orange pens doing the same thing. Then the final one I wanted to show you is melody and accompaniment, where which we have one main line, plus we'll say backing, one main line and then backing underneath. Okay, well, there we have it. If you'd like to learn any more about texture or other elements of music theory, please do let me know. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you are relaxed and maybe you've learned something as well. That's all from me today. Bye bye for now. Thanks.